You're listening to the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Wyatt. And today, baseball and the outdoors come together in one fantastic guest. He is the former National College Baseball Player of the Year and the MVP of the College World Series, Tanner Allen, in the studio.
Mississippi Outdoors is sponsored by Entergy Mississippi. Entergy is building a stronger and cleaner grid to power a brighter future and protect our great outdoors for generations to come.
You're listening to the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Wyatt. And with us today, TA, MVP, stands for Tanner Allen. Welcome to the show.
Man, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, it's exciting for us too. And I will say, I didn't know at what point you said yes, you were going to be able to come today, and we were going. At that time, I didn't know, but since then, you've gotten drafted like again.
It's wild, right?
This time it's banana ball.
I'm telling you, I have been drafted. Let's see here. I guess this has been the third or fourth time.
Okay.
Just got a lot of experience with the draft. Military's next, I guess, after this one. Right.
It might be.
It might be.
So, all right, but for those listening, quick intro. Tanner Allen, he was the National Player of the Year 2021, College World Series MVP on the National Championship Mississippi State Diamond Dogs baseball team, Hail State.
Hail State.
And since then, minor league ball, now banana ball, which for those that don't know, and they're saying, well, banana ball, everybody's heard about it. For those who haven't, what is banana ball?
Banana ball to me is literally, it's baseball. It's a different style of baseball. It's more entertainment.
Yeah.
And I know there's some people out there who look at it like, I don't know about all this. But for me, it's bigger than baseball. It's an opportunity to reach people throughout the country that might be dealing with anxiety, depression. There's a lot of broken people out there, and there's a lot of chaos going on in this world. But I think banana ball is slowly bringing this country back together through love, through loving one another. Literally entertaining. Like somebody asked me the other day, or my dad's like, man, what do you think about this? I'm like, Daddy, if I get to step on the field for 2 hours a night and entertain somebody in the stands who might not be having a great day, might be going through some of the normal chaos that happens each and every day. If I could be a light to somebody on a baseball field for 2 hours and be able to let them escape that, I'm going to do it. That's why I made the decision I'm going to do it.
All right. So who drafted you?
Loco Beach Coconuts.
Loco Beach Coconuts. And where is that located?
So it's going to be out of Savannah. We're all out of Savannah.
All right.
And what we do there is we'll train there and practice there, and then normally we'll go play on, the next city that weekend. Yeah. So I'm excited for it.
I've not been to one myself. Okay, but I think it was this year. Pretty sure it was earlier this year. For whatever reason, I'm flipping through channels, and I go and I stop, and it was a Bananas game, and I believe it was at the Titans football stadium in Nashville. Okay, and the first shot I saw was this wide angle shot of the whole thing, and the place is full. I'm talking about 50, 60 something thousand people. And this was not a football game. This was not a soccer game. This was a Bananas baseball game. And then the first play I saw when I watched it was a deep fly ball left field, and the guy's waiting on it under it. He's camping. I'm thinking that's an easy can of corn out. He does a backflip as he catches the baseball, and I'm hooked from there on. I had to see what else is going to.
It's all the show, man.
Can you do a backflip?
So that's in the works right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of this, I'm going to have to get outside my comfort zone with some of this stuff. And I'm honestly excited about it.
Yeah.
Anytime you get an opportunity to get out of your comfort zone, that's how you grow. Right. And I told them, said, guys, look, I'm going to have to be coached at some of this stuff, but I'm going to tell you this as well. I didn't get to where I was in my baseball career without being coachable.
Yeah. Or, okay, and I'll say you're humble, but without being able to hit the baseball, catch and throw. In terms of playing baseball, that's like riding a bike for you. Because last week you put it on display at the Diamond Dog Classic with, which team were you on?
I was on Team Lightning.
Okay. So you were with Palmeiro and the bunch, and Russ Snead and that bunch.
Oh, yeah, good dudes. I was trying to get Rafi to get an AB before the night was over. I was my last at bat, I was actually going to walk to the plate and call time and then walk down to third base and hand him the bat.
Yeah, so then he couldn't say no.
Yeah, then he couldn't say no, but he's like, man, I just got eye surgery. I don't know if I can see. I'm like, all right. Yeah, okay, whatever. But it was really neat, man. Being able to come back to Starkville and play in front of 10,500 people.
Oh, yeah, wow.
An alumni game, there nowhere else in the country will you find that. Nowhere else.
What kind of night did you have at the plate?
I think I was 2 for 5. three or four barrels. Just, I mean, first at bat, Preston was throwing like 95, and I'm like, dude, I hadn't seen a live pitch in a year, man. You got to slow it down. and thank goodness I was just able to get on top of a fastball, running it off in the gap. But like we were talking about earlier, as soon as I saw it was going in the gap, I'm like, I got to get 3.
Yeah. So you legged out a triple. How'd that feel?
Well, after about third or fourth step after I hit second, I was like, my knees ain't getting as high as they need to be. Legs are getting tired. I better drop the anchor to turn around. But I kept going, and I was dead to rights. But you know what? Sometimes when you put pressure on the defense, they don't execute.
Make them make a play.
Make them make a play.
That's great. All right, so Tanner, and I know a lot of people listening, fans of yours, we're really excited. We're going to get to watch you play some more baseball. But I also want to talk to you about the outdoors and sort of your life and upbringing. As a fan of yours and following your college career at State, you know, I noticed on social media there was always something going on, some hunting trip or some fishing trip for you. Where did that all start for you? How long does that go back? How far does that go back?
I can tell you the very first time my dad told me we're going to go hunting, I can remember it.
Really?
And I'm just going to get this out of the way. I'm an outdoorsman that plays baseball on the side, okay? And I can remember it to this day, the very first time I ever went hunting. I remember we were, might have been Thanksgiving at my great-grandmother's house, and they were talking about, hey, look, let's take the boys hunting tomorrow. And man, I was so young, but I can still remember it. So I remember waking up the next day, we were supposed to ride up to the hunting club and go hunting, like hour ride. And I was so excited. I can remember I was like, Dad, when we leave? He's like, 3 hours. Dad, when we leaving? 2 hours and 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Just could not wait. And finally rode up there. And the very first time I ever went hunting with my dad, we were in the swamp, Jackson, Alabama. And we're sitting there in the shooting house. And I remember, you know, I got my BB gun with me. And I remember we didn't see a deer that afternoon, but we were sitting there, and right at dark, a hog come out. And like 2 hours before, a raccoon came out, and I was like, Daddy, shoot him. You know what I mean? And but right at dark, this hog come out, and I'll never forget being so small that I could barely see over the window of the shooting house and watch my dad stick the rifle out the window. And I was like enamored by him, like he's about to shoot this hog. And then the gun goes off and the hog falls. And I was, man, from then on, I didn't even shoot the hog, but I was hooked and hooked. I was so hooked. It was one of the coolest moments I've ever had. And then walking down there and be able to share that moment with my dad, like that was really cool. I tell people all the time, that's where I got hooked. We went hog hunting.
Yeah, that's great.
Literally.
Pictures? You were able to get pictures?
They're probably around somewhere at my grandmother's house for sure.
Yeah, that's great. Jackson, Alabama. So what part of Alabama?
South Alabama, southern.
I know you went to Theodore High School.
No,
right?
I went to UMS Wright in Mobile.
Okay. In Mobile.
Yeah, but I lived in Theodore.
Okay, so that area is what we're talking about. So our family, we vacation during the summers. We kind of go through there, going down to Dauphin Island.
That's where I live now.
So you're at Dauphin now.
My mom and dad have a beach house on Dauphin Island. So what I do is I normally work up here, do all my training up here, and if I get free time, I love offshore fishing.
Yeah,
I'm getting to where I almost love offshore fishing more than hunting.
I was going to ask you about that. So because, you know, Theodore Inland up there and, you know, in that Mobile area, you're right there. Did you do some of that growing up?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time. I'm telling you, man, like a lot of times in high school, you know, when you're in high school, you get a lot of peer pressure about doing things. You know, well, let's go underage drinking, let's go party and doing all this other stuff. I didn't have time for that. You know why? Because I was wanting to be on the water or in the woods somewhere, and there was no way anything was getting ahead of that. And that kept me out of a lot of trouble. And I wish, you know, that's why I feel like we need to get the kids nowadays more involved, because it's really hard to get in trouble in the woods. It's really hard to get in trouble in the water, you know. And it's a way to bond with your dad. Man, I used to go hunt with my dad all the time. I remember the first time he ever let me sit by myself. He gave me one bullet like Barney Fife. They said, if anything comes out, shoot it. And I was foaming at the mouth, and I didn't see anything. And then I remember the first deer I ever killed. I was with my dad.
Okay.
It was on New Year's Day.
How old were you?
I was probably 8 years old.
Okay.
243, Ruger 243. And man, we were sitting there, and we were sitting in these cedars, and there was a lot of shooting lanes going through them. And all morning we've been seeing does go back and forth. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've done missed twice. Okay. So I ain't killed one yet. So that morning I remember like a buck came out at like 9 o'clock. My dad like, shoot at him. And I got on him, I shot, boom, he dropped right on the spot. And I was tickled to death. It wasn't, I mean, it was a little scrub buck. But I remember we went down there, like, man, you done shot him in the neck. So I was aiming for the shoulder, and we went and shot the rifle, shooting high to the left. So I was like, yeah, I told you I was on him. You know, but like, whenever I talk about the outdoors, man, so many stories can just like you.
Yeah. Sure.
So many memories. And you can't get that behind a TV screen or on an iPad.
Yeah, you really can't.
You can't.
There's almost, I don't know that I've ever heard a story of a young boy being taken fishing or hunting, let's say with a family member, a dad, who didn't enjoy it and didn't want to go back. I don't think I've ever heard that story.
Never.
I've only heard I was hooked right then.
I was hooked. I still get, just like you, I could be sitting in a tree this afternoon and a doe walk by and I would be shaking like a leaf. I love it. It is an unbelievable adrenaline. You know what? I'm going to tell you a cool story too about this. So when I was getting recruited by Mississippi State, John Cohen, he loved the idea that I was a hunter. And I'm going to tell you why he told me he did. He said, TA, if you can handle the adrenaline rush and the emotions and the nervousness of a big deer coming out, walking to the plate in front of 15,000 in the bottom of the ninth with a game on the line is going to be a walk in the park for you.
How about that?
And he is right.
He's right. Yeah. And I didn't even know if John was a hunter, but even if he isn't,
he knew that much about it.
He understood that.
And I know I put a tweet out last year about, hey, we need more boots and trucks in the parking lot of Duty Noble. You know what I mean? But it was just like, man, guys that are in the outdoors who love the outdoors like that, like, I can close my eyes and see, 6 or 7 gab balls cupped up and landed in my face. Adrenaline rush is through the roof. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, and isn't there also a camaraderie aspect on a team when you do it together?
100%. Just like I love duck hunting now. I duck hunt a lot late in the year when we get ducks down in Mississippi. And the thing I love about duck hunting is, man, you can sit here and have a conversation like me and you are.
Yeah,
with your buddies, with some of your best friends.
Jay Powell said that. He said, you don't have to be quiet.
You don't have to be quiet. You can sit there and carry on, and then like, here, 4 right here. Yeah. And then everybody be still, you call at them, and then you shoot and you kill all 4, and then next thing you know, you act like you just won the World Series.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's something about it. There's just something about it. And folks who have never done it have no idea what I'm talking about. But if they did it, they would understand. Did
you ever have a teammate that you introduced to the outdoors? You ever have that opportunity?
That's a good question. I'm going to tell you one thing I love to do. I love to take people hunting. I love it, especially guys that have never been. And I've taken a lot of more people fishing. Okay, I guess it would be. Yeah. Especially offshore. And then hunting wise, a teammate, not really, because mainly my friends off the field at Mississippi State, that's all we did was hunt. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Yeah. You know,
pretty well. And I wonder too about how the seasons coincide with baseball. Like when you were in school at State, so you're doing fall ball, which that's pretty intense. And I guess maybe you have some time, but then the season starts in February and your teams are playing through the end of June, close to it. So it really kind of shortened the year in terms of just total free time, didn't it?
Coach Lim hated hunting season.
Did he really?
He hated it. Because,
what, in the fall?
Yeah, in the fall, because I'd walk into the field full camo. I'm like, hey, Coach, this ain't Ole Miss. All right, I ain't got my penny loafers on. Just a little joke it now. But no, man, he'd be like, oh, TA's going home for winter break. I know he ain't going to do any baseball stuff. I'm like, Coach, I'm sorry. Yeah. Do you want me to go downtown and get in trouble? Or do you want me to go in the woods and go hunting with my buddies? Yeah. He got me there. Yes, sir.
It worked out pretty well.
It worked out pretty well. I'll tell you a cool story about hunting in school. So I had this class. It was an elective, very easy class. Professor loved me. It was my sophomore year. Like I'm telling you, he would be teaching the class, and the whole time he's teaching, he's talking to me the whole time. All right. And I'm really close with this professor. I like him a lot. He likes me a lot. And I remember one day I told him, I said, hey, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I got a good grade in this class. I'm gonna pass this class. I had an 8 in the class. He said, if we don't have a test, I'm going hunting Tuesday morning. TA, that's fine with me, bub. Show up whenever you want to take a test. All right, good deal. If you kill one, bring me a picture. All right. So I'm hunting every Tuesday morning, right? Okay. Fast forward to the end of the semester. it's when the finals are due, right? And I went to class because I want to know what finals are due. I was doing all my homework, doing all my work, still had an A. And he's like, all right, guys, next week you can either take your final on Tuesday or Thursday, whichever one you want to do. And me being a genius, I'm like, I'm definitely going Thursday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So next Thursday rolls around, and I walk to the classroom at 8 o'clock that morning, nobody's there. Well, this is interesting. So I'm going to be responsible and call my academic advisor. Call her up. Hey, Miss Amanda, nobody, I'm at my 8 a.m., nobody's here. So, okay, I'll find something about it. And then right when I hung up the phone, I was like, man, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Because what had happened was everybody took the test Tuesday but me.
But you're the only one.
The only one. So nobody showed up. So then she calls the teacher. The teacher then goes, yeah, TA ain't been to class all semester. He's been hunting. So then 10 minutes later, Coach Simonis has called me. Be in my office 9:30.
Mm-hmm. We got to deal with this.
You got to deal with this. I'm like, man, my boy just threw me under the bus. He's sitting there and told me if I kill one, bring him a picture. I'm like, Coach, I got an A in the class. I said, at least I ain't going out the night before and doing things I should be doing and being hungover. I'm going hunting. I'm getting up.
So it worked out?
It worked out. I got a little punishment. I can't remember what the punishment was, but I ended up being able to take my final and had an A in the class.
Okay. And hunted.
And still
Tuesday
hunted.
mornings.
Every Tuesday morning I was hunting. Hey, look, the crazy thing about it was like, I was like, man, he acted like my friend.
Maybe this would be the time to look in the camera and go, all right, public service announcement. We don't endorse this for college athletes.
No chance.
This won't work with just everybody, right? So right now at this point in your life, and you're looking at professional baseball career in Savannah ball. What's the location? Savannah,
Georgia.
And the name of your team?
Loco Beach Coconuts.
Okay, I'm going to remember that. Loco Beach Coconuts. I'm already a fan. All right,
Come on.
I'll buy a TA jersey. Are they going to give you a college number?
I think Coach has got 5, so I think I'm going to go with 1.
Okay, yeah. Number 1 in your...
On the field and number 1 in the woods.
And number 1 in your heart, right?
All right, so what I'm curious about is how is doing the draft for that team different than just a normal...
It's the same. It was the same kind of setup as a draft.
Really?
Same kind of setup. It was just less picks because clearly there's only 6 teams.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it was just like a normal MLB draft.
But
they didn't call me. That was the only thing that threw me off.
Well, how did you know then?
Because I was watching the draft at Taste in Starkville. I'm like, guys, I mean, they told me they liked me a lot. I don't know what's going on. Next thing you know, no, there it is.
There it is, yeah. You found out watching it.
Just watching it, yeah.
That's great. But the cool thing is about that is you'll be playing in front of sold out crowds wherever you go.
100%.
Which is kind of like playing at Duty Noble on a.
That's what I'm saying.
On an April
that's
weekend.
what I kind of told him. I was like, guys, I've been an entertainer my whole life. I've lived under the lights my whole life. I enjoy being able to inspire people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most. These big stadiums, I've always been like this. The bigger the crowd, the more energy I'm going to have. Mm. You know, so I'm really excited about it. It's a really good opportunity just to, like I said earlier, be a light to somebody and inspire them and bring them happiness. How about that?
How much, a schedule for Banana Ball, what you know about it, how much does it allow for, your outdoor habit?
Oh, I'm going to make it happen. Don't worry about that. That's kind of the way I've been my whole life. Right now, man, I'm going to be honest. This year, I haven't hunted but twice this year.
Really?
Don't have time.
Being a kid growing up at home is a different type of schedule and routine than high school when you're an athlete. And you were a multi-sport athlete in high school.
For sure.
Which, I went through that a million years ago. And it does take a lot of what
it does.
Some would call free time. There is no free time. Then you go to college and, at the time you were there, it's not a professional thing, but in a lot of ways you're a professional. You're kind of training for that. And so it's interesting to hear someone like you, that it is such a priority that you're always making time for it.
You got this therapy.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just because it's fun. It's more than that.
We got swept my sophomore year at Arkansas. We were number 2 or 3 in the country. We got swept at home the year we won the national championship at Arkansas. And whenever we'd have a bad weekend, a good friend of mine, William McQuarter, has a 9-acre pond down there off Octok Road. I believe it's Octok. Yeah, I think it's Octok Road. Yeah, it's for Octok. Anyways, and man, when you're winning in Starkville, it's awesome. But when you're losing, they'll let you know about that too, which is okay. It's fair. They got high expectations. I understand that. But I would always the next day, I would fish all afternoon long out there. Just get away. turn my phone off, put it on airplane mode and listen to music and just bass fish. And it's like just reset.
Yeah.
Just like hunting. Man, there's no better feeling than getting up early, getting in the woods, getting real quiet, and then slowly hear the woods wake up. I think about it right now is just relax. It's so relaxed.
Yeah. Nothing like
And
it.
more people need to do it.
Well, you mentioned influencing people. That's part of being an athlete too, isn't it?
For sure.
You know, you have a lot of young people that look up to you still.
For sure.
And so there are some that will watch or hear this, and there may even be some that, you know, youngins that aren't really fishing or hunting, but think, okay, well, it's cool because Tanner Allen does it. That's something an athlete carries on his back, isn't it?
It is. And especially with the way sports are in this world and even in this country, man, we all have an opportunity to impact the next generation, and that's what it's all about. And I think hunting and fishing is the coolest thing in the world. Because I was raised, that's how, I didn't know any better. You know what I mean? I can remember like it was yesterday, 3rd grade, Miss Martin's class, my pawpaw coming over their intercom. Miss Martin, I need Tanner. We're going to the hunting club. Yep, I'm out of class. I can remember my pawpaw, my mom's dad, are getting checked out for early Friday afternoon to go dove hunting Friday afternoon out of school. You know what I mean? That was something that was really cool. Like when I tell that stuff, they're like, you got checked out to go hunting. I'm like, yeah, everybody did. What do you mean? Like that was normal for us.
Yeah.
But the iPads, I call it Fortnite brain. All the young guys nowadays is stuck behind the iPads and Fortnite brain. Man, get in the woods, go hunting.
Right.
Share quality time with your dad, your grandpa. That's what it's all about. Man, I wouldn't trade those days for anything.
Well, and what you're saying also is the other side of that. If you're a dad or a grandpa,
take them hunting.
Or maybe you're someone, maybe you don't have a grandson, but you hunt and you enjoy it and you know you'd be a good influence. Find that kid in your church and say, hey, you want to go? Ask your mom and dad, we'll go hunting, you know, introduce it, take them out. That's kind of another thing that you're saying.
For sure. You never know who you can impact.
Sure.
And God works in mysterious ways. And he's allowed me to impact people through baseball, hunting, and fishing. I could never ask for any more. It is a true blessing.
Yeah, it is. I remember, you know, coming up in school and knowing Dad was going to pick me up at the end of the day, pulling the boat. He'd have the boat, you know, in the carpool line. And how much I looked forward to it, you know, and I think about it all day long. And then also, okay, I had a chance to play college football. That I wanted to be a baseball player, but football was the way I went. Well, growing up, we didn't go to games on the weekends and tailgate. My introduction to college football was my entire childhood. Yeah. We were either on a dove field on Saturday listening to football on the radio, or we were in a boat fishing, crappie fishing in North Alabama and listening to it on the radio. And, you know, I think I kind of hear what you're saying is that to those parents out there that think my son needs to be an athlete, so every waking minute of his life, I got to have him at a ball field or at a game, even if we're just watching. It actually can be the inverse. That can actually have a negative effect. Absolutely. It can burn them out if you're not careful.
I can remember after a Friday night football game, I played quarterback. I'd run around all night on Friday night football, come home, go to sleep. My papa would call me the next morning, like 6:30. Hey, I found a trout in the bay. I'm gonna come to the dock and pick you up. Be down there in 15 minutes.
How about that?
And I'm going fishing right after it. You know, those are the memories that were like really cool to me. I'm like, man, I just played a whole football game. The next morning, Papa's going to pick me up. We're going fishing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like you said, parents get so invested in it. And so they want to live through their son is what they want to do, that they're actually driving them away from the game. And a lot of times what happens is they get burnt out by the time they get to the age where they need to be playing if they want to go play college baseball.
Yeah.
They don't want to play anymore. It happens all the time. Like, I know there's going to be people listening to this. Oh, I've heard that. I'm telling you, I lived this life. I've lived it. Okay. And it happens every single day. Johnny doesn't want to play anymore. I'm tired of this. And another thing is too, what they don't understand, if your son loves baseball, he'll be good at it. Mm-hmm. If he's got the ability and he loves it, he'll be good at it. If he's got the ability and he don't love it, you're going to have to push him. It's never going to work.
Yeah. Right. What was your youth baseball experience?
My youth baseball experience, let me tell you how addicted and how in love I was with baseball. Or I still am. My dad is a developer, and he was developing a neighborhood, and we were the first house in it. And next to the house, we had a bunch of gravel, like about to lay a foundation to another house. And I would go pull the sticks up out of the property line markers, pull them up, break them to where I could swing it, and I would throw gravel up in there and hit it with a stick in that empty yard. And I would pretend like I was Chipper Jones. I knew the Atlanta Braves line up to a T, and I would have my own game by myself, could do everybody's batting stance. Had a little fence out there I could even try to hit it over. And I would do that for hours upon hours upon hours. In the middle of the summer, it's hot. Like when people started moving in the neighborhood, they thought I was insane.
There's that kid again hitting rocks.
Oh, yeah, hitting rocks. Hey, this is no lie. The next house that got built in that neighborhood was right across our street. The first day that the kid that lived across the street came across to meet, to come hang out, he came through my back gate to my backyard, and I hit a rock and it hit him right in the forehead. Knocked him on his back. That is a true story. You can ask him.
Oh, but emulating Chipper Jones,
100%.
But how come you didn't become the switch hitter that he was?
Just wasn't happening. But the left side is pretty sweet, right?
It's pretty sweet from the left side.
But the right side, oh man, somebody be like, "What is this guy doing on a baseball field?" If they saw me try right-handed. But no, man, Chipper Jones, big time hunter.
Hey, and how cool. Yeah, big time hunter. Y'all have so much in common, and you've even been accused of looking alike. That thing hit, social media a while back, and through that, y'all kind of communicated, right?
Yeah. He told me I was running the third the other night. I had a piano on my back. I want to say, hey, let's go race.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's getting on up there now.
But no, man, Chipper Jones probably out of all the players I ever watched on TV or in person, Chipper Jones had the most impact on my life, baseball wise. He was always so professional, so nonchalant, always nice to everybody, treat everybody with respect. Loved to hunt and fish just like me. I'm like, that is my guy right there. You know, so it's been really cool to be able to interact with him.
Yeah. Isn't there a story about him rescuing a teammate with his four-wheeler, like in the snow or something?
Doing that, I've heard stories of him shooting a big buck the morning of Game 7 in the World Series and flying to the game. You know what I mean? I'm like, I like that guy. That's the kind of things I was doing.
Got his priorities straight.
Literally.
That's great. All right, so do you have a favorite hunt of all time? Do you have a favorite one, number one at the top of the list?
This is number one right here. Happened. It's still 2025, isn't it?
It is.
Happened this year. Happened this year. So I'll give you a little backstory on it. It was January 21st. It was a duck hunt. And the night before, I spoke at an event in Boonville. And a good friend of mine, Chris Miller, rode with me. And on the way back home, we were riding, and he kind of hit me with a question that I needed to be hit with. He said, "T.A., how's your relationship with God?" And I'm like, "Chris, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been in church my whole life. Awanas, Vacation Bible School, believed. I don't know where I'm going if I die. If we died in a car accident right now, I don't know where we're going." He said, "We'll fix that tomorrow." So, okay. That morning, I went on a duck hunt with a good friend of mine. And at the time, there were no ducks around the area in Starkville. None. We go that morning, and man, we put decoys out, shooting lights like 6:27. At 6:31, we had 12 gal balls.
Really?
12 gal balls. Absolutely spanked them. And when I left that hunt, it was almost like the Lord said, "Hey, we got some business to handle."
Okay.
I got you out of there.
So you feel like the Lord said, "Here, let's get this over with."
It's time.
Mm-hmm.
And that hunt will never be forgotten in a weird way. It was like, it literally, like I said, man, we weren't killing any ducks. Then that morning, it was over with in 3 or 4 minutes. Couldn't even keep my shotgun loaded. And I remember driving up the hill being like, it's like him saying, "Let's go. It's time to handle some business." And I got saved that day.
That day. Man, that's awesome.
That one will stick with me the rest of my life.
Yeah. So it was as much spiritual as it was anything
100%. Every time you go hunting, man, that's when you talk to God.
Yeah.
That's why I talk to him the most.
All right. So before you get out of here, what baseball? When do you report?
So I got to be in Savannah January 15th, I believe.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the number one seller they got me. I said, "T.A., we got a lot of good offshore fishing in Savannah." I said, all right, you got me. I'm going.
That's great.
So, I'm excited for it, man.
You know
really
when the first game is?
First game, February 26th, playing at Florida State.
Okay, at their stadium.
At their stadium. When I walked to the plate, I told Rowdy earlier, I said, we're playing at Florida State. I said, I want to tell the catcher last time I was here, I put one in that carnival back there in right center. I might not be able to get out my shadow right now. But,
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got any former teammates that are doing it, or is it
Keegan James?
Is he?
Keegan James is on my team.
Okay, great.
A few Ole Miss guys. Will Etheridge, Peyton Chanier. Hey, we got the our little coconut team chat. Everybody was like, "Hey guys, I can't wait for opportunity. Ready to meet everybody." I was like, "Hey fellas, we got the opportunity to impact lives, man. This is gonna be cool." And then I put in quotes. Sorry for the Ole Miss people in advance. Just joking.
And be prepared.
Yeah.
Just having a good time.
Just having a good time, man.
That's great. Well, we're really looking forward to it. Tanner, thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast. It's
Always.
been great. And I can't wait to watch you play, but I do hope we get to have you back at some point.
Oh, for sure. I'd love to come back. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's great. And thank you all for listening. Tanner Allen on the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you outdoors.